Wish to welcome everyone to the June meeting of the Works Committee. Standing committees are held as part of Council's meeting process in order for committees to consider reports prepared by Council officers and to make recommendations regarding these reports to the monthly Council meeting. Council delegates on the Works Committee are Mayor Kennedy, Councillor Boland, Chairperson, Councillor Allgate, Councillor Chandler and Councillor Page. All councillors undertook an oath of affirmation at the beginning of their term and declared to undertake the duties of office of council in the best interest of the people of the Broken Hill local government area and city of Broken Hill, and they will faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in them under the Local Governance Act 1993 or any other act to the best of their ability and judgment. The council meeting is being live streamed via YouTube and recorded and published online via Council's website. For those present in the meeting today, by attending this public meeting, you are consenting to your image, voice, comments being recorded and published. The chairperson and/or general manager has the authority to pause the live stream if comments or debate are considered defamatory or otherwise inappropriate for publishing. Participants are advised that they may be subject to legal action if they engage in unlawful behaviour or commentary. Item 2, apologies. I have one apology from Councillor Chandler. Is there any further apologies?
I'll move the apologies.
Move Mayor Kennedy, seconded. It's a big choice. Councillor Page. All those in favour? Declare that carried. Look, I've got two eyes so I can see out either side. So leave of absence applications. I have one leave of absence for Councillor Allgate submitted a leave of absence application for this meeting, provided the reason holiday, 1st of June 2023 to the 27th of June 2023. Do I have a mover for that? Councillor Page, seconder, Mayor Kennedy. All those in favour? Declare that carried. I now call on Mayor Kennedy to deliver the prayer.
Almighty God, we ask you to invoke your blessing upon this council, direct and prosper our deliberations to the advancement and true welfare of the people of the council area, our state and Australia. Amen.
Thank you, Mayor Kennedy. I now call on Councillor Page to deliver the acknowledgement of country.
We acknowledge the traditional owners of the land upon which we meet today, the land of the Willakali people, and pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging.
Thank you, Councillor Page. I now call on Mayor Kennedy to deliver the acknowledgement of Broken Hill's mining history.
We take time to reflect, remember and honour the over 800 miners that lost their lives and those that were crippled or maimed on the line of load. We thank the brave miners and their wives who were part of the 1919-1920 strike that lasted over 500 days and delivered a 35-hour working week. Mining is our past and our future.
Thank you, Mayor Kennedy. Item 7, minutes of confirmation that the minutes of the Works Committee meeting held Monday, the 22nd of May, 2023 be confirmed. Do I have a mover? Councillor Page, seconder, Mayor Kennedy. All those in favour? Declare that carried. Item 8, disclosure of interest. Is there any disclosures of interest? Nil disclosure of interest. Move on to item number 9, reports. Item 1, Broken Hill City Council report number 102-23 dated May 8th, 2023, adoption of the draft cemetery management policy. Do I have a mover? Councillor Page, seconder. Mayor Kennedy, would you like to talk on that item, Councillor Page? Any further comment on that item? To the vote, all those in favour? Declare that carried. Item 2, Broken Hill City Council report number 103-23, dated June 8th, 2023. Draft terms of reference, Broken Hill Cemetery Working Group. Do I have a mover for that? Councillor Page, seconder.
Yeah, second.
Mayor Kennedy, would you like to talk on that, Councillor Page? Any further comments on that report?
Just to say that it's appoint three councillors to the committee. I'd assume you'd like to be on that, Councillor Brown. Yep, so nominate councillor Brown and councillor Gallagher. I'm not sure who else would like to be on that, but I'm sure you'd like to be on it, and councillor Page. And we will, at the council meeting, I'm sure between the three of them, they can decide who wants to chair that meeting, chair that group.
Thank you, Mayor Kennedy. I'm guessing the mover is in favour of that, since you put your name up for it. Thank you, councillor. No, just as a nomination. You can be chair if you want. We'll decide that later. Thank you, councillor Page. I'll put that motion to a vote. Oh, councillor Brown, sorry.
Bit curious as to why this came to this committee. I suppose because the council resolution actually said to Health and Building Committee, and I just wonder why these draft policies don't go to or it's the terms of reference. I know, but it did say it was going to Health and Building, and I didn't really understand the reason for that, but also why they don't go to policy in general. I mean, that's just a question. I don't expect it's an observation, but my question is, I'm just a bit puzzled as to how this is going to fit in with the tidy towns, because it seems to me the way it is now, it's going to duplicate what Tidy Towns does, because for the past, I suppose, and I'm sorry, councillor Gallagher's not here really, 18 months or so, the members of the Tidy Towns committee have, seem to be much more interested in going to the cemetery than anywhere else. So I don't know whether you'll just, get the members of that committee, or whether they'll be competing with each other. I just don't see the difference. And because they don't, according to this draft, there are no other kind of duties or sort of elements of the cemetery that they could be thinking about. I mean, I would like to see the cemetery get heritage recognition, as we were saying at the last meeting, because that's been suggested by the ministers when they've been asked for funding about that. And it is such an important, the historical aspects of it are so important. I mean, the cleanliness and all of that is also, I'm not trying to deny the real importance of that, the critical importance of that, but I just think some of these other elements too. And I'd hate to see the Tidy Towns Committee fold, and this one, because then there's no net gain really.
If I could just comment on that through the chair.
Yes, Mayor Kennedy.
Yeah, so the general manager, myself, and the manager of infrastructure have met with probably half a dozen people that have had expertise in the cemetery. We met with the fellow who originally wanted to fix the flooding at the Catholic section and do a lot of work out there. From then, we've had a number of people that come in just as recently as a fortnight ago, talking about the flooding and the damage to the graves. He was very interested in being part of a working group at the cemetery. So I suppose that committee will evolve to some degree as it gets going, and they may be able to come up with things like saving graves or heritage status of the cemetery or things like that. So I don't think it will be a duplication of the Tidy Town, simply because of the number of people that have actually asked specifically to the council about the cemetery, but aren't on the actual Tidy Towns.
It doesn't actually say that though in this draft. It says nothing about the sort of earthworks and so on that you mentioned there, whether that it just says working bees, community cleanup days, as well as contributing to the maintenance and beautification. So it doesn't,
perhaps we could add a strategic,
it really doesn't cover what you're
perhaps we could
about.
add a strategic thing in there as well, maybe. That can add.
Councillor Brown, if you go to point 4, number 2, purpose point 4, it actually states there, providing recommendations to the Director of Infrastructure and Environment on the implementation of initiatives or small projects to assist the beautification and maintenance of the Broken Hill Cemetery. That's on page 1 of the
Perhaps if that just can be expanded on a little bit through the chair to the general manager, just so that it understands that they will be looking at things that are pretty significant out there. Doesn't have to be much more expanded, just enough so that everyone understands that it's a pretty important position.
Mr. Chairman, can I make comment?
Councillor Page.
There's a lot of history out there, and a lot of the people in Broken Hill, even the children's cemetery, a huge amount of effort, time and funding went into that area. And I think this committee will do a very good job, because people can approach us on that committee and say they'd like to extend, you know, the children's area, or like you said, the Catholic area. So I think this committee will have the support of Tidy Towns and everyone else.
General Manager, would you like to expand on that?
Thanks, Mr. Chair. And yes, as further to that, so that was the purpose of that that last dot point, which is to keep it pretty broad, so it was open-ended all around a lot of those projects, and obviously pursuing those heritage statuses as well, so we can tidy that up to make it a little bit more specific in regards to the extent that the working group will work towards. Just to your first point, Councillor Brown, reason why I brought it back to the Works Committee was that it does sit under the Works portfolio as opposed to the Health and Building portfolio in regards to an operational sense with our cemetery staff. Thanks, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, General Manager. Is there any further comment? Put that to the vote. All those in favour, declare that carried. Item number 3, Broken Hill City Council Report number 104-23, dated June 8th, 2023. Minutes of the Memorial Oval Community Committee meeting held 2nd of May 2023. Do I have a mover for that recommendation? Move Councillor Page, seconder Mayor Kennedy. Would you like to speak on that, Councillor Page? Any further discussion on that? Put that to the vote. All those in favour, declare that carried. Item 10, confidential matters. There is nil this meeting. Item 11, as there is no further business, I declare the Works Committee meeting closed at 5:42. Thank you.